when you believe in something and when you bring your ideas, the leadership, they listen to you. They just don't make a decision to make a decision and go with it. They do listen, and they really sat down with me, and they looked at those options that I've provided, and it's a testament to the employer brand of CAE.
Welcome back to Blu Thread Conversations, the podcast where we explore the real stories behind employer brand and culture transformation. In today's episode, we're thrilled to welcome Negar Tabrizi, Global Employer Branding and Recruitment Marketing Lead at CAE. CAE exists to make the world safer, delivering cutting-edge training, simulation, and critical operations solutions to prepare aviation professionals and defense forces to perform at their best, and when the stakes are the highest. They empower pilots, cabin crew, maintenance technicians, airlines, business aviation operators, and defense and security personnel. Negar joins us for a great and thoughtful conversation about CAE's evolving employer branding journey. From navigating stakeholder alignment and organizational change, to shifting budget priorities, managing global research, and orchestrating a major launch, she shares how creativity, resilience, and collaboration can build something both impactful and enduring. Along the way, Negar opens up about key lessons learned, including the importance of taking time up front to ensure alignment, demonstrating the broader business impact and purpose of employer branding, and the value of working with trusted advisors and branding communities. Whether you're scaling an EVP, rolling out a global campaign, or simply trying to get buy-in, Negar offers powerful, practical insights for anyone building an employer brand in today's dynamic world. So grab a coffee, settle in, and enjoy this behind-the-scenes look at how CAE is shaping its brand from the inside out.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday and welcome, Negar. Stacey and I are so excited to have you join our
Good
podcast. So
morning.
welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be chatting with both of you.
Yeah, likewise. I feel like it has been months that we've been talking about making this day happen. And so
Indeed.
thankful that you were able to find time to join us.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long time. We're looking for this
Yeah.
time. I was looking forward to it, and I can't be more happy to be here today.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, thank you, Negar. So would love to first start with sharing with our listeners a little bit about you, Negar, who you are and what you do at CAE.
Sure. Well, I'm coming from a marketing background. I worked with in different business fields, and I joined CAE over 5 years ago. Um, and when I joined, at the time, there was no formal employer brand strategy in place. Our talent acquisition team and our corporate communications team were doing their best to represent both our corporate and employer brand. However, as market shifted, we saw the necessity that we need to focus on that. And today I'm leading our global employer branding and recruitment marketing at CAE. And as part of that strategy, also launching our employee value proposition, EVP, to truly show our culture and our value proposition from the very beginning, that the talent or candidate, they interact with us, and through all the employee experience.
Awesome. So we have, and I'm so excited about this podcast, Negar, because the launch and the things you have planned are so cool. So I'm really, we're just thrilled. The timing of you joining this podcast is amazing. Before we talk about kind of your journey and stakeholdering, Negar, we'd love to know about CAE and what makes it. We're here to talk about employer branding. So, what
Mhm.
makes it a
Yeah.
unique and special place to work? Because we've learned so much about CAE and we are huge fans. But share with our listeners, Negar, what makes it a great place to work?
Well, I love this question,
Mhm.
Leandra, because if 4 years ago you would come and ask me this question, I would answer it from how I felt.
Yes.
But today I can answer it more based on the research that we've done. So that validates my answer and feeling. And the answer is very much close to what I'm going to say today. Well, through the findings that we did, it was the three pillars through our employee value proposition stand out to us. And those three pillars that I'm going to go and talk about it soon, it's literally it's about it's formed from our culture, from our values, from the people. People join CA because of the people that we have, and that comes from our culture. So I would say the first one is the purpose that the company has. So the we when people are working at CAE, they feel a part of a bigger picture and the innovative culture that we have. And that's not just basically like what we are using as a technology in the company, but what we are developing as a technology to our for our customers and the culture of the innovation, working in kind of working agile and being upfront and being able to basically adopt fast and bring those bold ideas to life. And also, if I tell you the story of people I've heard at CAE that they've been at CAE for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, it's just so amazing. And it shows that people stay here and they grow, not just professionally, but personally, because the company provides that kind of tools and learning opportunities to people to be able to grow. So as you can see, it's not just one thing that makes
Yeah.
CAE unique. It's a mix of all the culture, values, our vision, our mission, and all that that it makes CAE a unique place to work.
I love that.
Nagar,
We
can you
do.
talk a little bit? Because I think a lot of listeners they're not familiar with CAE. You talked a little bit about the purpose and the innovation that happen and really motivate people. I think there's so many cool things that CAE does. Can you share with the listeners a little bit about what you're building and how you're impacting the aviation industry?
Sure. I get super excited about this question, and because at CAE we equip people in critical roles with expertise and solutions to create a safer world. We are also a technology company. We digitalize the physical world. We are deploying also simulation training and critical operation to support our customers. And above all else, we empower pilots in airlines and defense and security forces to perform at their best every day. With we have over 13,000 employees globally in 40 countries, and CAE has been in business for over 77 years now.
Wow.
So it has a very long history, and we're based in Montreal, Canada. The headquarters is in Montreal. However, as I said, we're in 40 countries around the world.
You're hiring around the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was blown away, Nagar, because I had the opportunity to speak to some of your leaders, and I was blown away and wasn't aware of the percentage of pilots that you have trained globally. Like, that is so awesome, and the pride.
Yeah, and definitely when I learned about the technology, the simulation training, I was, like,
Yeah,
blown away as well. It really is
Pretty
very
cool.
cool what
Yes.
happens at
Yeah, I've
CAE.
read one of those many times. I write those simulators, and it's super. It's so real. It's so exciting when you do it. You feel like you are in the airplane and
Does it
you are
make you
just
feel
running it.
sick? Or
Once it did, when it was in
yeah.
the motion on the motion. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, we have to recreate exactly what pilots may go through those critical times. So
Maybe we can talk a little bit now about the employer brand journey that you've, taken CAE on over the last year and a bit. I think for many employer brand leaders like yourself, there's a lot of change that happens within an organization. It's transforming as you're working on the employer brand project. Can you talk a little bit about what you had to navigate as you built the employer brand?
Yes, absolutely. Well, as you said, there are changes in the priorities in companies, and that's so normal, especially for us being a global company. We had our leaders always focus on people. So that was a great thing throughout the process that it helped us, even with those shift of priorities. Still, our leadership knew that people at CA are coming first, and that's what we need to focus on. That the project of employer branding is a project that goes around that. What we had to do, we just had to keep our eyes on that big game and get help from our leaders uh, to have that buy-in
Yeah.
for this project, and that really helped us to keep going with this journey even through those changes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the different stakeholders that you had to work with and engage throughout this project?
Yes. Well, we start from the very beginning. We started bringing our leaders from HR, from marketing and communications, because we did believe that those three brands for the company, the corporate, customer, and employer brand, we are all sharing the same DNA, which is our value, our vision of the company. They've collaborated with us from the very beginning, and more importantly, we managed to collaborate with our team, with different employees globally in from different levels, like juniors to people that they've been at CAE for decades, to sit down and talk to them. So we done our focus groups and workshops. We also did a full internal analysis from the work that we've done through the past years to understand really what is like working at CAE. And we didn't stop there. We also went outside externally. We wanted to hear from people that what they know about CAE, for people that they knew CAE or they didn't know CAE, to see what they're looking into an employer to join and stay with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have two kind of questions from that, Nagar. Is one, because you mentioned like you came from a marketing background. Coming in from a marketing background, there's a lot of question and commentary I'm sure you've heard over the years of who should own
Mm,
employer brand. Should it be marketing? Should it be HR? Should it
mhm.
be comms? Now, having done this and coming yourself from a marketing background, what's your point of view on who owns it within the organization?
Yeah,
Or is it one area?
yeah, Stacy, you're part of this community. You and Leandra, you know this question. Indeed, it's kind of like a question that comes up every time
Yeah.
the employer brand community gathered, and I feel like there's no right or wrong way to do it. I am sitting in talent acquisition right now. However, I feel like some people they believe it should be part of marketing. Some people they believe that employer branding should be part of communications. But I feel like being in talent acquisition, it gives you, or talent management, or I would say HR, it helps, like myself at least, to be able to see better, to be closer to that candidate journey. And also, we need to keep close to the business. I managed through years to build connection with different people, like in HR, in marketing, and with business, with our engineering team, with our training center team. And that helped me a lot. But being close to talent acquisition and to that candidate journey when they joined CAE gave me so much insights that I feel like there's so much value into that to be part of
Yeah.
that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good insight. And how
Mhm.
did you, with all of the knowledge that you had, how did you get alignment between marketing and
Mhm.
HR? Was that an easy process, or were there some big moments that required extra skill set?
Yeah, I can say at the beginning it was challenging. And I feel like this is such a key and important part of this initiative and project,
Mhm.
to make sure everyone's aligned.
Mhm.
And getting that buy-in, it's a little bit difficult because we always had employer brand, and but now
Yeah.
it was a matter of intentionally addressing it.
Yeah.
And we just needed to tell that story that, we're selling career to people,
Yeah.
and we need to properly market that, just like a product or service that we give to people. And we successfully managed to do that. And the leadership in marketing, they saw the need, and right now, without them, we couldn't do it. They've
Yeah.
been a big advocate to this.
Huge kudos. You have such a
Yes.
brilliant marketing
Thank
team
you.
at CAE. They're really
Yes,
impressive. Is
absolutely.
any one thing, and then I'll be quiet for a bit. Do you have any one piece of advice in getting alignment with
Mm.
marketing? Because I think that that's a common moment for employer brand leaders at least once in a project, is making sure that they get that alignment,
Mhm.
and they'll push back about, where marketing needs to focus, or what they want to own is a very common one. So can you give any advice on how you worked through that?
Yeah, sure. With our case, the the people that we need, not in all roles, because as you know, for example, we have instructor pilots to hire that they are might be retired pilots in a very different age group than our software developers, that they could be junior to senior. So it varies a lot. So we really needed their help through the initiatives that they do, through events that they attend, to have that messaging there, that they need to see the employer brand of CA. We need to kind of put it in front of them, not probably directly in all cases, but we needed to make sure that it is there. So we can talk about that. So I feel like that was so important for us, because those talent, they don't come from anywhere else except where our marketing also goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
I love that. And I'm glad you dug there, Stace. And kudos again to you, Nagar. Like just the time that you spent ensuring that those teams are aligned is so key. And as you said, a real key to your success. So congrats to that.
Thank you. Well, it's a teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah,
Abs-
exactly.
Absolutely.
Hey, I fell in love with my marketing partner and we formed a business, so I get it. So Nagar, would love to talk to you about budgets. We get a lot of questions on budgets and budget priorities. People don't have unlimited budgets. Nagar, we haven't met a client yet. Um, how have you managed your budget? Because I think you've done some really creative things to do the things that you want. Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, Leandra, that's a good point, because that budgetary prioritization, it's part of all big companies, and we see it everywhere. We had it as well, and at that point, I kept advocating for the employer branding project, and making sure that our leadership sees it as a business need, not as an HR initiative or project only. So what we did, we reviewed the business case again, and we tried to propose some kind of options with some different budgets, to make sure that we can keep the momentum going.
And during that time, Nagar, like, were there any kind of unexpected wins that happened because you were in a time when many organizations had some constraints? Were there any unexpected wins?
Yeah, I would say that really helped us actually to put more spotlight of this project. I
Yeah.
think that was a huge win, because when that happened, like at the beginning, we thought that's it, we need to stop everything. But once we had the buy-in from our leadership, and we managed to kind of like shift a bit and change the priorities in the project, and be able to continue still the work, I feel like it puts so much spotlight of this project and the necessity and the importance of it. So that was a huge win for us.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about you got like this is a big week for you, Nagar. Okay, share because this is being launched, right? Like tell us you're about to launch all this great work. So What can you share with us that's coming up?
Well, yes, absolutely. We are super excited as well. Again, I just want to mention that, as I said before, the employer brand has been part of CAE always.
Yep.
As there's a guy, Brad Mencino, if I'm not making mistake. He's a
Yes.
known voice in employer
Yeah,
branding.
Brad
Yeah,
Mitchington. Yeah.
yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
mentioning thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
he always says whether you want it or no, you do have employer brand, but it's
So
just
true.
how you intentionally direct it, and that's exactly what we did. So right now, we just want to intentionally celebrate that with our employees. So we've done internal lunch because our employee value proposition was built by our people for our people. So we wanted to make sure that first we have the buy-in from our VPs, from our executives, the division presidents, and after we rolled it out to leaders and to all employees, and also, of course, our SMEs. And as we are talking right now, I think the video that we have built for our employee value proposition is going out. It's an impactful video to showcase what is it like to work at CAE. So we're launching that today externally, and in a couple of days at the headquarters, we have an in-person event with our team. And also, we're doing that in many different locations throughout the years to celebrate that with people, because we feel like now we can really officially talk about our employer branding. So it's super exciting. And we've seen people are getting so excited about it. So it means
Okay.
it's working.
Oh,
I love that.
fantastic. And
Yeah.
what's the early feedback that you've had from leaders about the employer brand and how they'll be able to use it?
Everyone seems to be loving it. I had calls from our marketing team that they said we love the tagline. We think it resonates so well with the our hashtag one CAE. Um, and it's just people are getting so excited because we launched like contests with our tagline. So we asked people to use the all four tagline and come up with
Oh,
kind of headline, come up with a headline that
I
it
love that.
resonate with them, and they send us pictures. We're receiving so many pictures, people holding paper and writing about all four. It's very exciting to see how people are collaborating, and they are kind of stepping in
Oh,
for this
that's
initiative.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Love that.
How are you making sure that this shows up in the everyday employee experience? Because it's brilliant from a talent perspective. You like you said at the beginning, the candidate experience is so important that the EVP shows up, but it does matter in the employee experience as well. So what's the plan to make sure?
Yeah, that's, I want to sum it up in like three steps. And that comes from another person that I was at a conference and listened to her from employer branding. I don't know if you know her, Alison Cruz. She talks about when you are, providing how to activate the EVP, providing tools to people. They say, feel the mind, equip the hand, and win the hearts.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So that's how we think we can bring it to life. And it resonated with me so well because we do need to fill the mind and explain to people what is employer branding. And we tried our best to build some kind of videos to make people understand what is EVP and how they can use it and how does it help the company. And of course, for each group is different. For example, for marketing, how we have to tell that story, it's different than when we have to tell some employees in our manufacturing, for example. So that's a challenging part, but so far we've been doing well with that. And then equipping the hands, of course, we have launched our employer brand hub. So it has toolkits, people can go there, use the messaging. We have guidelines. And we're trying to really like have a campaign around that to make sure everyone's going and reviewing and getting access to that. And then winning the hearts. Winning the hearts, it's just encouraging people to share their stories. As I said, there are so many beautiful stories at CAE from people that joined here when they were intern and they knew nothing, and today they are a director of a big department and they're leading it. We have some testimonials from our people on our career side. If the audience is ever go, they look at it. It's cae.com/careers. And it's just amazing stories. And sharing these stories, we can win so many hearts by that. So this is how we're going to activate our EVP.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fantastic.
Tell us, Nagar, about measurement. So, how are you, another popular topic and a lot of questions we get, how are you measuring the impact of all this great work?
Yeah, well, Leandro, measurement, as you know, the measurement, how important it is. I mean, without that, it's just another beautiful campaign or marketing words and messages that it wouldn't have much value. So uh, we have that in place. We're closely looking at before and after the launch, how we're going to improve. Of course, the program is very junior. We're just launching, so we don't expect right away to see the results of certain measurements, but over time that's what we're expecting. However, as I said, the enthusiasm around this and people are participating in the contest already and talking about it, it shows a lot to us. It means we've already reached those measurements we were looking for. But of course, we're partnering with Blue Ivy as well, with the Employer Branding Index to make sure that we are hitting the goals. So we have KPIs in place and we are monitoring those closely.
And before I pass on to Stace, Nagar, to close it off, what are some of the KPIs that you are like? What are, if you could share a few of them, that would be awesome that you're looking at.
Sure. Well, as I said, as the program's still like new, we're more looking at those kind of perception.
Yes.
We're looking at how many times CAE's names comes up, the kind of awareness in general. We're looking at the interaction of people on our social media. So this is for the beginning, and later on, of course, we want to look at our career site visit, time to fill, and more matrix. But for now, for the next 6 months, that's we're keeping it very wide and very not we're not getting too specific with those measurements.
Awesome. But I love that you've already kind of done a baseline and you're looking and you're already starting to see some things, which is
Yes,
great, Nagar. Thank you for sharing that.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that
Thank
you're
you.
actually starting broad because I think
Yes.
it tells a much bigger company-wide story, starting broad and then over time getting more into some of the lower funnel tactics to see that the bigger story is actually driving the results. So definitely doing it
Exactly.
the right way.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're talking to yourself. It's almost, has it been like a year and is it a year and a half yet, Nagar, or just a year that
It's a
you've
year
been?
and a half.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're talking to yourself a year and a half ago. What would you say to Nagar a year and a half ago are the biggest lessons you will learn, things to look out for to ensure success?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. I think a year and a half ago, and also through the process that we went through, I learned lessons. Like as I talk about it, to make sure to have those SMEs like marketing and communications team support, because the work and the outcome, it would be much more stronger once we have the buy-in from the team internally from the very beginning. So I knew that's going to be challenging, and I just didn't know what would be the kind of like effect around that with having them on board. But I did see the result that it's impossible to do it without your internal stakeholders from those teams. And another thing, I think for me, it was staying very close to the employer branding community. I find this community so generous. I've connected with so many people, and everyone's so open to brainstorm with you and give them their lesson learned or best practices. It's such a great community, and I think it's sooner connecting with that community is better than later. So
I love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's really good
yeah.
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of?
Well, this is kind of a dream come true for me. So there's so much to be proud of. Of course, it wasn't just me, it's a big team. I have in our team that people that they've been working really hard to bring this to where we are today and to life. But what I'm proud of is that we were able to um, build from where we had no employer branding, and today we proudly can talk about it and say CA's employer branding, and we talk about our tagline, and seeing so much attention and good energy around it. I feel like people are so excited, and as I said, I've been receiving Teams messages, receiving calls to say, "Is that the project you were working on?" And it's already making me so proud. And I feel like in the coming months and years, we're having so much more to be proud of once people start sharing their stories and talking about working at CAE. We've been doing it before, but I feel like now it's going to be even more intentional, and we're giving tools to people to be able to do that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I would say likewise on our team, Zishan Merchant, Megan Raftery, they're so proud of the work that they've done in collaboration with you. You are a dream
Yes.
to
Oh,
partner with on
thank
this
you.
work.
Well, that's very sweet and kind. I couldn't be happier to collaborate with such a great team.
Leandra, what was the word that you used a couple weeks ago? The most important kind of
Oh,
competency.
resiliency.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
resiliency.
that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
absolutely.
Nagar, that's
Yeah.
you showed so much resiliency
Thank you.
throughout the
Yes.
last year and a half, and the need to pivot but then dig in to make sure that this work saw the light of day. And I think, your ability, well, you talked about it, your ability to build a community and large network to buy in, and your ability to tell the story of what this work would do for the business has really shone
Thank
over the
you.
last year and a half. So it's no surprise that you're starting to see the success of everything now.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I feel like this speak itself for CAE's employer brand, that when you believe in something and when you bring your ideas, the leadership, they listen to you. And so this is itself, it's a testament to the employer brand of CAE.
Oh,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And I
Fantastic.
love, yeah.
Leandra,
Yes.
I have a question before we wrap. It was your birthday this past weekend.
Yes.
Want to share with Nagar and I what gifts you got from the kids, your favorite thing from
Well,
this
happy
birthday
birthday,
weekend?
Leandra.
Thank you,
I didn't
Nagar.
know. It's a great time to
Um,
have a birthday
it is
in
a great
spring.
time. I know. Um, I just received lots of flowers and the sun was
Oh, that's nice.
shining.
Aw.
And yeah, my house looks like a floral shop, which brings
Oh,
me so much joy. So
That's
it was
amazing.
lovely. Yeah,
good,
thank you. And
good.
I've really enjoyed, oh my gosh, like, aren't you excited? Stacey Nagar, you've shared some real um, gems. Thank you so much for your time. We've loved having you on. And I think just what really struck me is the community, because many of us, I'm always trying to attract people to this work. I mean, Stacey and I obviously love it. We're super passionate about it, but it can be grueling and you have to be resilient. But oh my gosh, the reward,
Mhm.
just the impact that our work can make is just so rewarding. So it's so nice to see um, the impact that you're making at CAE, and we haven't even seen all of it. Like the
No,
best is yet to come,
no,
which is so
no.
exciting, Nagar. So
Thank you. Thanks.
yeah.
Well, we had good team to collaborate with us, and I had a great team internally also from our comms team, our marketing team, the stakeholders. So super excited. We are off to the great start of the new journey.
This is
Awesome.
it. So I hope this week is filled
Yes.
with
Thank
lots
you.
of incredible feedback
Yes.
from employees,
Thank
leaders
you.
alike. You deserve all of the kudos and much congratulations to the entire team
Yes.
Thank you.
at CAE.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Well,
you.
we're going to miss you at the event, but hopefully we get together soon to be able to celebrate.
Yes.
Very soon.
Yes.
Thank you. And
Thank
happy
you,
birthday again,
Negar.
Leandra.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.